Carvana's so easy, just a click, and we've got ourselves a car. See?
So many cars. That's a click-tastic inventory.
And check out the financing options. Payments to fit our budget. I mean, that's...
Clickonomics 101.
Delivery to our door?
Just a hop, skip, and a click away.
And bought.
No better feeling than when everything just clicks. Buy your car today on Carvana. Delivery fees may apply.
Hey, do you have trouble sleeping? Then maybe you should check out the Sleepy Podcast. It's a show where I read old books in the public domain to help you get to sleep. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. Classic stories like A Tale of Two Cities, Pride and Prejudice, Winnie the Pooh, stories that are great for kids and adults alike. So whether you have a tough time snoozing or just like a good bedtime story, fluff up the cool side of your pillow and tune into Sleepy. Unless you're driving, then please don't listen to Sleepy. Find Sleepy wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Sunday. Sweet dreams.
No, please call the Paul. P-U-L-S-E, Orlando. I'm in the bathroom with a bunch of people, and he's shooting, and everybody is bleeding everywhere.
There are certain calls that dispatchers recognize almost immediately. Not because they're clear, but because they aren't. They come in sometimes in pieces. They're overlapping. And they arrive before anyone understands how bad things actually are. When the calls started flooding in, no one thought about this as terrorism. It didn't begin as historic. It began the way these events usually begin. Shots fired, multiple callers, and confusion. And what makes this case different than almost any other wasn't what happened inside the building, but what happened before. This wasn't spontaneous. It wasn't impulsive. And it was not without warning. The man responsible had been reported before. Coworkers raised alarms. He had been investigated twice by the FBI. And in the weeks leading up to the attack, investigators later determined he evaluated other targets, one much larger. In this episode, I'll be talking about one of the most tragic events to ever hit America. This is the Pulse Nightclub attack. Welcome back to Music City 911.
Orlando Police Department, this is Tabitha. Your call is being recorded.
Yes, I live in Tampa, Florida, and my daughter just called me to tell me that there has been a shooting at Pulse Nightclub. I don't know if y'all have gotten a call on that.
Yes, we have officers over there, and we also have the fire department. They're all staging out there. Is your daughter there?
My daughter is there. She said apparently she's been shot twice. That's
okay.
all I know. And she called, she's been shot in the leg, and she's been shot, I think, in the arm.
What's your name?
Her name?
No, wait, what's your name? What's your name?
Oh, my name is and the last name is
Okay, and what's your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is and the same last name. I tried calling her back. I have not gotten enough.
Okay.
So I don't know. All she told us was she was hiding in the bathroom. So I don't know what else is going on. Like I said, I'm in Tampa, Florida.
And you said she was shot in the leg and in the arm?
Yes, and I'm trying to find out if she's okay.
Okay, hold on for me 1 second, okay?
You can talk to her.
Okay, sir. Is your phone number?
Yes.
Okay, we do have officers in the area. We also have the paramedics in the area. Right now they're trying to secure the scene. And
have they been able to secure the scene, or they're still trying to secure it?
As of right now, from what we see, let me see. Okay, it looks like the scene was secure and the fire department's going in.
Okay. She's apparently in the bathroom is what she told us. She called us
Right.
just a few minutes ago, and I just need to find out I'd like to get a call to find out that she's okay.
Right. At this point, they might not be able to answer their phones if the police are in there. I put your information in here, so as soon as they hear something, for them to call you. Okay, because they're going to go in there, and there's a lot of people in the club, so they're going to try to, help everyone they can, and then I'm sure they'll be, calling back the people in our list to let them know. You said she's not answering her phone, right?
At this point, it could be a reception thing. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, it goes to voicemail, so I don't know.
Okay, right. I put your information in the call. As soon as something is heard, if you, like I said, there's a lot of people inside the club. What I would suggest is maybe calling back in the next 30 minutes to see where they're at if you don't hear from her.
Is this a good number to call, or is there a different number to call?
Did you call 321-235-5300?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yes, that's fine. That's our communication center.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I know. I'm sorry. There's not a lot I can tell you right now because the officers are out there right now. All I can say is to try to take a deep breath and hopefully she'll call you really soon. Okay.
Yeah. At least if we know what hospital it is, they can contact us.
Right. Yes. Yeah. As soon as. Okay. Right now they don't have that information in here. The fire department just went in to go help everyone. Okay.
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 Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When calls come from outside parties, the dynamic is different. The caller isn't in danger. The person they love is. Dispatchers during this incident were getting hundreds of calls from outside parties. Dispatchers, when they receive this, they're logging the information and trying to relay the information as best they can. But really, they're only getting little bits of information. They're hearing about text messages and whispers and fragments of other information. There's almost nothing actionable in those early minutes. Hearing calls like the one you just heard, knowing that you can't really do anything about it, that's one of the hardest parts of the job. Before we get too far into the actual event itself, I think we need to backtrack and give a bit of history to the shooter himself. The shooter was born on November 16th, 1986 in Queens, New York. His parents were Afghan immigrants who had come to the United States during the Soviet-Afghan War. His family eventually settled in Florida, where the shooter spent most of his childhood and teenage years. From an early age, people around him described him as volatile, prone to anger, and easily frustrated. Family members later told investigators that the shooter had violent outbursts as a child. He struggled emotionally and would often explode over small disagreements. Discipline in the home was described as strict, sometimes harsh, and centered heavily around his father. And his father is a figure that cannot be separated from this story. The shooter's father was not a quiet man. He hosted a public access TV show where he spoke frequently and loudly about politics, religion, and world affairs. His views were often extreme, and his on-air persona was aggressive, confrontational, and unapologetic. Inside the home, that intensity did not disappear. Multiple accounts describe the father as domineering, controlling, and deeply concerned with appearances. Former classmates and acquaintances later told investigators that the shooter seemed desperate for approval, particularly from his father. There is speculation, and I want to be clear, this is speculation, that the shooter lived in constant fear of disappointing or angering his father. Some investigators believe this may have contributed to a pattern of suppressed identity, bottled rage, and eventual radicalization. And the shooter's behavior problems followed him into school. They were not ignored. Teachers described him as disruptive, confrontational, and prone to threatening language. He had difficulty working with others and often clashed with authority figures. According to school records later reviewed by investigators, the shooter was disciplined multiple times for aggressive behavior. These weren't isolated incidents. In elementary and middle school, Letters were sent home to his parents addressing chronic anger issues, verbal threats towards classmates, intimidation and bullying, and an inability to control his emotional outbursts. One letter, paraphrased from school documentation, warned that Omar's behavior was escalated in severity and that intervention was recommended. Another noted that he demonstrates hostility towards peers without provocation and that his conduct was concerning. Teachers reported that the shooter would fixate on perceived insults and respond with disproportionate anger. Students recalled him making violent comments during disagreements. Former classmates later described him as someone who wanted to be feared. He would boast about his physical strength, about fighting, and domination. Some said he appeared obsessed with power, not respect, but power. There were also reports that the shooter struggled academically and socially. He didn't fit neatly into peer groups. He was often isolated. But when he wasn't, he attempted to control the dynamic through intimidation. Other classmates described him as being aggressively masculine on the surface, but emotionally insecure underneath. Some peers reported he made homophobic remarks, often loudly and frequently. By the time the shooter had left school, the foundation was already laid. What changed in adulthood wasn't who he was, it was just the environment around him. It seemed like jobs replaced the classrooms, and coworkers replaced the classmates. The shooter held a number of jobs over the years, but the one most closely associated with him, and most troubling in hindsight, was his employment as a security guard. He worked for G4S Secure Solutions, one of the largest private security firms in the world. This meant something important. The shooter was not just around firearms, he was trained with them. Coworkers there later described him as unstable, aggressive, and unpredictable. Multiple colleagues reported that he made disturbing comments while on the job, including statements praising mass shooters and remarks about committing violence himself. One coworker recalled the shooter saying he hoped to become a police officer someday, but he also expressed deep resentments towards law enforcement. Others said he openly discussed violence as a way to command respect. One coworker, also an armed security guard, later said he became the focus of repeated harassment. He reported that the shooter would contact him directly, including through text messages, in ways he described as aggressive and intimidating. The coworker said he feared him. The shooter made violent and threatening statements. He expressed admiration for mass shooters. He talked about having connections to extremist groups. He made comments that made the coworker fear he might carry out violence. The coworker didn't laugh it off. He didn't assume it was just venting. He reported it. That report contributed to the FBI opening a preliminary investigation in 2013. Agents interviewed the shooter. They reviewed statements. They examined possible extremist ties. And after months of review, they closed the case, citing insufficient evidence of actionable threat. But before that investigation ever happened, and before any coworkers reported him or any target was evaluated, there was domestic violence. In 2009, he married his first wife. The marriage only lasted a few months. According to her later statements to investigators and to the media, the relationship became abusive almost immediately. She described some physical assaults, being isolated from her family, monitoring of her movements, some verbal degradation, explosive, unpredictable anger, and he beat her. To kind of condense this, she was afraid of him. Eventually, her family intervened and physically removed her from the home. The marriage ended. There was no criminal conviction that followed with it, though. And that's not unusual. Domestic violence frequently happens even if there's no charges filed. But here's why this matters in this one. Domestic violence is one of the strongest behavioral predictors of future violent escalation. In 2014, the FBI investigated him again. This time, the trigger was an association with a guy later identified as an extremist suicide bomber. The connection was examined closely. But, once again, investigators found no evidence of direct planning or operational involvement, and then the case was closed. And that matters, not because it excuses anything, but because it illustrates how often these cases sit just below the line where intervention becomes legally possible. A well-built wardrobe is about pieces that work together and hold up over time. That's what Quince does best. Premium materials, thoughtful design, and everyday staples that feel easy to wear and easy to rely on, even as the weather shifts. Quince has the everyday essentials I love with quality that lasts. Organic cotton sweaters, polos for every occasion, lighter jackets that keep you warm into the changing seasons. The list goes on. Quince works directly with top factories and cuts out the middleman, so you're not paying for brand markup, just quality clothing. Everything is built to hold up to daily wear and still look good season after season. Plus, they only partner with factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. That cashmere sweater, ridiculously soft and doesn't cost a fortune. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/MC901 for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/MC901. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/MC901.
Crisp, refreshing, and unmistakably tasty. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. It's the only drink with real Coca-Cola taste and zero sugar.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Shortly after separating from his first wife, the shooter met someone new, and they ended up marrying in 2011. They had a child, and from my research, it seemed that the child was somewhere between 3 and 5 years old when the incident happened. On the surface, this marriage appeared more stable than the first. They lived together in Florida. He continued working as a security guard, and there were no public reports of police intervention during the marriage before the attack. But the surface stability, that's kind of complicated. It was reported that he was still controlling. He had violent mood swings. He spoke frequently about violence and extremist ideologies. He obsessed over news coverage of attacks. And his wife was afraid of him at times. So some things were the same as with the first wife, but some weren't quite. The things that absolutely stuck around, though, the reports of the volatility did not disappear after the first marriage. He maintained controlling tendencies. He reportedly consumed extremist content and violence obsessively. And he conducted recon trips while he was married. It's disputed whether or not his second wife was involved in any of this, and, to skip ahead a bit, she was arrested but later acquitted of all charges and having any involvement in the attack. The second investigation from FBI that I mentioned a little bit ago, it came after it was discovered that the shooter had contact with an individual that carried out a suicide bombing in another country. The man was a Florida guy. He later carried out the suicide bombing in Syria, linked to an extremist group. Investigators tried to form a link between the shooter and this suicide bomber. They learned that they attended the same mosque in Florida. They knew each other socially and had some degree of interaction. That association was enough to reopen some scrutiny. And this made it to where this was no longer just some angry coworker making threats. This was a potential link between him and someone who actually carried out a terrorist attack. The FBI examined the nature of the frequency of the contact between the two guys, whether the shooter had traveled or attempted to travel overseas for any reason, whether he had expressed any type of operational intent, and whether he had provided any type of support or resources to the man. They also looked at digital and communications records, statements from various community members, And again, agents interviewed the shooter. They also interviewed people in his social and religious circles. But ultimately, for the second time, the FBI closed the case on him. The FBI stated that they found that there was no evidence of operational coordination. There was no evidence that the shooter actually planned any violence at that time. There was no financial or logistical support. And as a result, it was closed. And to be clear about this was not a full-on terrorism prosecution type case. It was an inquiry designed to assess the threat level of the shooter. Even after the 2 investigations, the FBI did not have grounds to arrest him. They didn't have any type of grounds to place him on a permanent watch list, and they didn't have any legal authority to revoke his ability to purchase firearms. And for the FBI and most law enforcement, you cannot detain someone for extremist rhetoric alone. You can't revoke someone's rights based on association unless it meets specific legal standards. That's uncomfortable, but it's the legal framework. And that's why there's this gray zone where many mass violent cases sit before they can escalate. Right now, in hindsight, it feels pretty obvious what was going on. But at the time, each individual piece did not meet the threshold for intervention. And after the attack, there was heavy public scrutiny of the FBI. Internal reviews were examined whether the investigations were mishandled or not. The conclusion was not that the FBI ignored him, but they did not have enough sufficient evidence to continue monitoring or charging him under the existing laws. After the attack, investigators started backtracking some of the shooter's movements. They determined that he had conducted reconnaissance of multiple potential targets prior to June 12, 2016. One of those locations was Disney Springs, formerly Downtown Disney in the Orlando area, a part of Disney World. This location is not part of the Magic Kingdom interior park in the sense of going through a full ticketed security. The focus was on Disney Springs, which at the time was a large open access shopping and entertainment type place. And he went there in the weeks leading up to the attack. He was observed in the area prior to the shooting, and he appeared to be evaluating security presence. The FBI later stated publicly that he also considered other high-profile targets, including SeaWorld. Disney Springs was ultimately not chosen. He did go there several times, though there's no publicly confirmed number of visits in any official reports. Some early media accounts suggested multiple visits, but the FBI did not release a confirmed count. But while he was there, he conducted reconnaissance. He looked at the security. He ultimately rejected the location, and he visited potential targets alone. Sometimes he would visit with his wife and child. He and they would walk the property. He observed the security. He evaluated any type of police presence, and he assessed the feasibility of carrying out an attack there. And there's even been talk on one visit he attempted the area alone, but he seemed like he may have had someone else with him. The shooter bought a stroller and a baby doll. It's thought he was testing security to see if he could enter the area with weapons concealed in the stroller and hidden underneath the baby doll and possibly a blanket. But ultimately, Disney Springs had visible law enforcement. They did have a significant security presence, and any type of rapid response was pretty high. But in contrast, the Pulse nightclub had minimal visible security. It was really crowded, and it was less hardened. But more than anything, it was actually familiar to him. He had visited Pulse nightclub multiple times before this. Since the attack happened, there have been questions that have swirled around about the shooter's sexuality. Was he a closeted gay man? Was he bisexual? Nothing absolute or concrete could be determined about this. The visits he had to the club, there were mixed reports about this. Some said he would sit alone drinking alcohol, while others said he was actively on the dance floor, dancing with other men. There was also some talk that he was active on gay dating apps, and one man said he and the shooter would meet at a hotel room for sex. None of this could be confirmed by the FBI. That's not to say it didn't happen, though. Dating apps can be deleted. Messages on or off the platform can also be scrubbed. and a burner phone could be used for these apps or to arrange the meetups. So was a motivation for the attack on the nightclub partially related to an unknown sexual side of the shooter? That's hard, if not impossible, to confirm. But in the weeks leading up to the attack, it was later reported that the shooter accumulated somewhere between $26,000 and $32,000 in credit card debt. With this money, some purchases that were confirmed were a 6-hour MCX rifle and a handgun, as well as ammunition. All of that was purchased legally just days before the attack. There were also reported purchases for jewelry for his wife in the realm of around $8,000. They also did some other outings and purchases that led to all that debt accruing. It's speculated that the jewelry purchase that had been reported in multiple outlets was an attempt to spend heavily before dying, and also a gift prior to what he knew would be the end. It was also later reported by some outlets, but I couldn't confirm this, that the FBI was again called on the shooter, this time because of a possible incident at a gun store. What may have happened was that the shooter went inside the store with the intent of buying one or more than one guns and around 1,000 rounds of ammo. The shop had the gun, but the ammo was out of stock. From there, the shooter got on the phone with someone and started speaking angrily in Arabic. This spooked the employees of the store, who refused to sell him the weapon. The shooter left the store and employees called the FBI, but because they didn't have his name and only a pretty vague description, a full investigation couldn't be started. This could also be the reason that there are no concrete records from the FBI that this happened. But at some point, the shooter did manage to buy the pair of guns with those credit cards I mentioned. He was preparing for the attack. And the night of the attack, within minutes of each other, 2 posts on Facebook tell of how things would go. The shooter himself, just before walking into the nightclub, posted on Facebook, "You kill innocent women and children by doing us airstrikes. Now taste the Islamic State vengeance. In the next few days, you will see attacks from the Islamic State in the U.S." And on the other one, posted a few minutes later from a worker inside the Pulse nightclub, "Everyone get out of Pulse and keep running."
You want to send me to Michael Thompson, who bucked the whole AB, dropped out, and testified against them? And you think I'm going to go there and convince him to recant?
He has created this illusion of who he is.
I was just stunned that I would have a conversation like this with an ex-gang leader.
I was in the hearing and I thought, oh my goodness, these girls are falling for his bullshit. I think they're going to let this guy out.
The world would be a much better place with this man out. It's like a light just kind of pours out of him. And I was determined to help that light get out into the world.
Blood Memory, a new podcast series from Love and Radio. Search for Blood Memory wherever you get your podcasts.
Emergency 911, this is Joe on a recorded line.
Hi, I'm calling because there was a shootout in Pulse, the nightclub.
Yes, sir. Are you there now?
No, my friend's in there right now, and we don't know what to do. He's on the phone with us, and he said the shooter is still inside the building, and he's on the phone with him, and we don't know what to tell him.
Okay. Let him know that we have over 15 officers there right now. Did he see who was shooting?
No, does he see the shooter? Does he see the shooter? He says he can see the shooter. The shooter's still in the building.
Does he? Can you tell me what he looks like? If he's black, white, Hispanic, Asian?
Does he know that the guy's black and white or anything like that? He's just crying belligerently. I'm sorry. We don't know what to do, and he's in there right now.
Where is he? Where is he at Pulse?
He's inside the Pulse Club right now, and he says the shooter is in there.
Okay. No, I understand. Take it to press.
He's in there.
I need to know if you can find out. I need to know what room he's in. Where is he?
What room is he in? Does he know what he's at right now?
Is he in the bathroom? Did he go into a closet? Where is he at?
He says that he's in the dance room, and he's somewhere in the dancing still, in the middle.
And I just need to know, did he see who had the gun?
He says that he's just so belligerent. He's like, the guy's just right there. He's not really saying so much to us. But he says the guy's right there, and he's like, I'm here in the dance room, and the guy's right there.
Okay, well, tell him. tell him that the officers are there. Just to tell him to find a place to stay low and stay quiet until the officers come in.
The cop says that he needs to stay a place to stay low and stay quiet, and he just to stay quiet.
But let him know the police are there right now, but he needs to stay exactly where he is, okay?
He's not talking? He's not talking anymore, sir.
Okay, we have the officers there right now. Can you hear anything on the phone? Did he hang up, or what?
No, he's just there. He's still there. He hasn't hung up. He's just there.
Okay, well, let him stay quiet. We don't want him to talk.
I'm very sorry, sir.
No, it's okay. Just reassure him that the officers are there and they're coming in as fast as they can.
The cops are outside the building. We're like a couple miles away, but we're still around.
Okay. Well, let him know we have as many officers as we can there right now. Just tell him to stay where he's at, okay? Or find a safe place to go, but just tell him to stay quiet until the officers get there.
He said he needs to wait until the cop gets inside.
Is he talking to you guys again?
No, he's just really quiet. He's just crying.
Okay. Did he tell you if he was hurt?
No, he said his mom was there. His mom got shot.
His mom got shot?
His mom has a shot in her shoulder.
Okay. And they're in the main dance room?
Yeah, they're in the main dance room.
What's your name?
My name is...
And she was shot in the shoulder?
His mom got shot in the shoulder.
Okay. We have ambulances out there too, but the ambulance has to wait till the police get everything secured before they come in. We've got a lot of ambulances there.
The ambulance is already there. They're just trying to get the guy out.
Yeah, the ambulance can't go in until everything's safe.
Are you guys busy in there?
Is he okay? What's going on? What is he saying? They hung up. Okay, now they hung up. We don't know what to do now. They hung up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just if you get a hold of them, just let them know we have all the officers we can there right now. They're taking care of it. We've gotten, there's a lot of people in there, but they're doing the best they can right now. We have ambulances there too. Okay, just tell them to find a safe place to go, or just try to stay as safe as possible. But the officers are there.
Okay. I'll tell them.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this has happened so crazy. Like we were all having a great time, and all of a sudden we just heard just gunshots, just going back to back, and there were more than 12 rounds. Like I don't know all about guns, but there were way more than 12 rounds. Like it was just like back to back to back to back to back. I just ran away.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're safe, and we're trying to get him out of there too. But we have as many officers as we can there right now. Okay. All right. So just stay away. Stay at a safe spot. We don't want you guys to get close to the building or anything like that. And the officers can come in there and help your friend as fast as they can, okay?
I just want my friend to be okay. I'm really sorry.
No, I understand.
I just wanted to be okay. I just ran. I didn't even help. I just ran.
At least you're safe. In a situation like that, you got to, do whatever you can do to stay safe. So we have the officers there now, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you hear back from your friend, just give us a call back on 911, but I've got to answer other calls for people in there, okay?
I'll call you as soon as possible, okay?
Okay. All right.
Bye.
At around 2:02 a.m., the shooter arrives at Pulse Nightclub. He's armed with that 6-hour MCX-style rifle and a Glock 17 9mm handgun. He enters through the main entrance area, and he immediately opens fire on patrons inside. At this point, the club is still crowded with around 320 people inside. It's the Latin night at the club, which is one of the most popular nights. Music is playing when the shooting begins, and a lot of patrons thought the gunshots were just part of the music. They were wrong. Victims were struck quickly in the main dance floor area and near the bar. An off-duty detective was outside the club working security at the time. He called in shots fired over the radio and tried to engage the shooter, but he was vastly outgunned, with only a pistol against the shooter's much more high-capacity and accurate rifle. The first 911 calls began coming in from people inside the club and people around it. Those calls were not released. It's believed that in the first around 5 minutes of the shooting, there were somewhere around 200 bullets fired. Orlando police officers arrived within minutes, and once they got there, they entered the building and exchanged gunfire with the shooter. During this exchange, the shooter retreats deeper into the club. He moves towards a bathroom area at the rear of the venue. While he's there, he takes hostages inside the restroom area. At this point, the event shifts from an active shooter type scenario to a barricaded suspect with hostages. At around 2:18 a.m., this call comes in.
I'm going to get you over to the paramedics. We have police over there, so don't hang up, okay?
Hello? Hi, this is Ernesto with the Atlanta Police Department on the recorded line. Your phone down 911. Is everything okay?
No, please call the Pulse. P-U-L-S-E.
Okay.
In Orlando.
For the shooting, can you give me how many people are shooting?
I think it's 2. I don't know. But I'm in the bathroom with a bunch of people, and he's shooting, and everybody is bleeding everywhere.
Okay, from what you can see, did you get a description, or is he white, black, or Hispanic?
I think Hispanic. I don't know. Oh, please hurry up.
That's okay. We're going to get some help for you. Can you tell me anything that they're wearing?
No, he's in the bathroom. Hurry up.
He's in the bathroom with you now. Stay on the line. Let me get a dispatch on the phone with us. Don't hang up.
Yes. Hurry up.
Okay, stay on the phone. Are you in the female bathroom or the male bathroom? He's in there with you. Just stay on the phone. Let me get someone on. 1 second. Over there. Okay, stay on the phone. Can you give me a description of what he's wearing if you can safely? In the bathroom. She won't tell me if it's male or female. Ma'am, can you tell me which bathroom he's in? Is it the female bathroom or the male bathroom?
Incident number?
Incident 2039. We have the shooter now in the bathroom with my caller. Can you tell me if it's the female restrooms or the male restroom where he is? Okay. Which restroom is he in? You don't know if you went into the female or male restroom?
Hurry up.
We need to know where in the building. You said it's 2 Hispanic males. Okay, I got it. Where did they see the shooter? She said in the restroom. She said she doesn't know if it's the male restrooms or the female restrooms. Do you still see them in the restroom, ma'am?
No.
So they have left the bathrooms now.
Inside the restroom with the shooter.
Officers are trying to come to where you are. Tell me where the shooter is. Where is he now?
Is it the bathroom upstairs, downstairs?
He's not in here anymore, I don't think.
He's no longer in there?
He's here.
He's there. Where are you, upstairs or downstairs? He's downstairs in female or male bathroom.
Call is advising downstairs bathroom. Can't advise female or male. Says the shooter is right there. Can't advise anything else. She's whispering. Stay on the line. The officers are trying to find you. Can she tell if he's white or black?
She says she thinks Hispanic male. Can you tell me if he's white or black? Ma'am, from what you see, is he white, black, or Hispanic? We have help on the way. We just want to try to identify the person that's doing the shooting, if you can help.
I don't give a fuck. Hurry up.
Oh my God.
Hurry up, he's loading up. Hurry up.
He's loading up now. Can you tell me what he looks like, what you're seeing?
Jimmy. Caller's advising he's reloading in the bathroom. Stop him.
In the downstairs, she said the downstairs bathroom. Can you tell me?
This is a female and she's in the downstairs bathroom.
She doesn't know which one. She said she doesn't know which bathroom she's in.
Okay, just stay on the line. How many people are in there with her?
She said a lot of people, including the shooter.
A lot in the bathroom, including the shooter.
Can you give me any description of him at all?
Yeah. That's good. She's still there.
Ma'am, can you tell me anything? Yes, she's still on the line with us.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything that you're seeing? I can hear her whispering, but she's not really answering questions.
Okay, just keep her on the line. The officers are trying to make their way to the bathroom.
Okay. Officers are trying to make their way to you. Can you give me any description? Hello, ma'am. She's trying to say something radio, but her phone is distorted. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, ma'am, your phone is distorted. Now, I'm not hearing what you're saying. Could you hear that radio? I can't understand what she's saying.
No, I didn't hear what she said.
It's distorted. It's like digital. It's not audible.
Get off of East.
Radio, I don't know if you can hear that. I can't hear what she's saying. It's just a distorted phone now.
Temper, keep her on the line desk. If she gets any more information, let us know. I'm going to disconnect.
Okay, all right. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
After the shooter barricaded himself inside of the bathroom area, hostages are trapped inside with him. Some victims inside the bathroom are also injured. Law enforcement at this point establishes a perimeter. They call in SWAT, and they try to initiate negotiation efforts. At around 2:35 a.m., the shooter starts making additional posts on social media. He also calls 911 himself from inside the club.
Emergency 911, this is Oscar Lines being recorded. What? I want to let you know I'm in Orlando, and I did the shooting.
What's your name?
My name is, I pledge of allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi of the Islamic State.
Okay. What's your name?
I pledge my allegiance to Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, Hafidullah, on behalf of the Islamic State.
Where are you at?
In Orlando.
Where in Orlando?
He later takes and accepts additional calls from negotiators. Here's one of the 3 calls I have available.
Hello there. Hi there. This is Orlando Police. Who am I speaking with, please?
You're speaking with the person who pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, Hafidullah.
Okay. Can you tell me where you are right now so I can get you some help?
No, because you have to tell America to stop bombing Syria and Iraq. They're killing a lot of innocent people. So what am I to do here when my people are getting killed over there? You get what I'm saying?
I do. I completely get what you're saying. What I'm trying to do is prevent anybody else from getting in.
They need to stop the U.S. airstrikes. They need to stop the U.S. airstrikes, okay?
I understand
that. They need to stop the U.S. airstrikes. You have to tell the U.S. government to stop bombing. They're killing too many children. They're killing too many women.
I understand that. But here's why I'm here right now. I'm with the Orlando Police. Can you tell me what you know about what's going on tonight?
What's going on is that I feel the pain of the people getting killed in Syria and Iraq and all over the Muslim Ummah.
Okay. So have you done something about that?
Yes, I have.
Tell me what you did, please.
No, you already know what I did.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to keep you safe and how to get this resolved peacefully because I'm not a politician, I'm not a government. All I can do is help individuals, and I'm going to start with helping you.
By the way, there's some vehicles outside that have some bombs, just to let you know. Your people are going to get it, and I'm going to ignite it if they try to do anything stupid.
Okay, I understand that, and I'll pass that along. Can you tell me what vehicle? Because I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No. But I'll tell you this. It can take out a whole city block almost.
I understand that. Tell me, in the club, do you have any injured people with you that you brought with you?
I'm not letting you know nothing.
Well, I'm trying to offer you help.
Well, you need to know that they need to stop bombing Syria and Iraq. The U.S. is collaborating with Russia, and they're killing innocent women and children, okay?
I hear what you're saying.
My homeboy, Tamerlan Tsarnaev, did his thing on the Boston Marathon. My homeboy, Munir Abu Salha, did his thing, okay? So now it's my turn, okay?
Okay, let's start. My name's Andy. What's yours?
My name is Islamic Soldier, okay?
Okay. What can I call you?
Call me Mujahideen. Call me the Soldier of God.
Okay. Okay. So that's a lot for me to say. So can I just call you something else? Do you have a name, a nickname? Can you tell me?
Let you know?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening.
It's the blessed month of Ramadan, if you ever know about that.
Yes, I do.
Month.
I understand.
I fasted the whole day today. a vest.
Okay, you have a vest.
Hey.
I understand that. Okay, and so what kind of vest are you talking about? Is it a bullet-resistant vest? Is it a bomb vest?
No. It's what they use in France.
It's what they use in France. Okay.
All right, I gotta go.
Well, I'd like you to stay on the phone with me, please. Okay? Are you there? Please stay on the phone with me so I can help pass along your concerns.
You could bring the bomb dog. They're not gonna smell shit.
Well, I understand that.
You can't smell it. Bring your little American bomb dog.
Okay, well,
they're fucking outdated anyway.
Well, tell me, you're wearing what? I presume from what you're saying, you're wearing a bomb vest.
No.
Well, you said you're wearing a vest.
No, I'm not.
So what are you wearing?
Yeah, like to go out to a wedding.
Okay. I'm not trying to joke with you. I'm trying to be serious and get this peacefully resolved. Okay? So, are you wearing a bomb vest? Okay, what can I call you? Let's go back to that. Let's start with that. Okay, I understand you're a soldier. I understand you're ISIS. I understand you're Mujahideen. You pledge your allegiance to someone whose name I can't pronounce. I apologize for that. Okay? Can you start with that? Are you an American citizen? Are you a local citizen? Are you a resident of Orlando? Hello? Are you there? I'm right here. You need to talk to me. You have to talk to me. I'm still here. Are you there? Talk to me, please. Are you there? Nor did I. Sir, are you there? We need to talk. We need to try to resolve this peacefully. I don't want to see you or anybody else get injured. Please help us. Okay, you say there's a vehicle outside with a bomb. Is there more than one vehicle? Are there other shooters? Tell me what's going on, please. Tell me what's going on. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm here. I'm listening.
Sunday, June 12th, 2016. The time, 2:56 a.m.
I'm still here. I'm trying to help you. Okay? I need some help from you. We need to get this resolved peacefully. And we need your help to do that. I know you want to get this resolved peacefully. Is this still connected? Okay, I'm listening, but you need to talk to me. I need you to talk to me. This is a serious matter, and I want to take it seriously, and I want to listen to what you have to say. But I can't do that if it's a one-sided conversation. Are you there? Okay. Was this connected? She says if I don't hear anything, it may be disconnected. It's not going to tell me.
Maybe a great time to pick up a little bit.
Yeah. Are they ready for us over there?
For nearly 3 hours, negotiators attempt to keep him engaged. Law enforcement during that time is gathering intelligence. Tactical teams are building up position around the building, and officers start to extract victims when possible. And because the all clear for paramedics were not given, officers themselves were transporting victims to hospitals in their patrol cars and their own personal vehicles. At some point during the incident, investigators believe that his rifle may have malfunctioned. During this time, he searched the internet trying to find how to fix the malfunction. He is believed to have switched to his handgun during the standoff phase because the malfunction of the rifle wasn't easily fixed. During all this time, negotiators become increasingly concerned that the shooter may begin killing hostages again. Some of the threats that he made could escalate, and overall, that the situation is deteriorating. In that phone call that you just heard, he makes statements saying that he has explosives, but no explosives are ultimately found. Command staff determined a forced entry may be necessary. At around 5:02 a.m., the initial attempt to breach the wall was unsuccessful. They used explosives near the bathroom wall to try to get in. They had to regroup and figure out another way. And around 5:15 a.m., an armored vehicle was used to punch a large hole in the exterior wall. Officers move in through the opening. At that point, the shooter exits the bathroom area and starts engaging with the officers.
Oh, just go all the way and make a left.
No traffic. What was that? Oh, yeah, what's up? I got him. Turn on your light, turn on your light, turn on your light. Sit down. Call for OFD right now. They can fucking get their trucks.
Okay.
Right now.
Rear of Dunkin' Donuts.
Hold on, Mike. I know you're good.
Mike,
dude.
sit.
Relax. Okay.
Sit, brother.
Inside of Dunkin' Donuts. Come in 1 street south of Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey,
let us know when Naples got medical.
Let's get him fucking down there.
Hey, I'm gonna get my truck. I'm good. Okay, go get your car, load him up. I'm gonna take your vest off. It's the clips. I know.
Right, hold on, brother. I got you.
What shoulder?
Hold the shoulder. Just hold your head still. Hold your head still. Snap.
I'm good.
I know. I'm here.
I'm good, dude. 4 seconds in. Do you have your badges? Full on.
You alright, brother?
Yeah, I'm good.
You alright?
They're coming out.
Let's just run him
He's right. We go right through these bushes right here.
Come on, mate.
Right through these bushes right here.
He's dusting his helmet. Guys, stay down. There's gonna be more shots.
Just trying to light your pants.
During the final exchange, it was reported that 11 officers fired around 170 rounds at the shooter while he was firing at them. One Orlando officer is struck in the head. His ballistic helmet deflects and absorbs the round, though he is bleeding heavily from his forehead. He survives. That was that last little bit of information you heard there at the end of the video. The shooter is shot multiple times by law enforcement, reportedly between 8 and 10 times total. The one that flipped his off switch was a shot to the head. He is killed at approximately 5:15 a.m. In total, there were 49 victims killed. 53 were injured by gunfire. Dozens more were injured in the chaos. It was the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history at the time. 2026 marks 10 years since this tragedy hit Orlando and America. Without going into my normal ending of an episode, I want everyone's thoughts to be with those involved that night. The victims who didn't make it, those who did and may never physically or mentally recover, the families of the lost, and of course, the police, other first responders on the scene, and the dispatchers who had to field hundreds of some of the most horrific calls you could ever take. From Music City 911, I'm Brandon. Y'all have a good one.